Hello everyone, and we are finally back to start off the season, this brand new season 8 of the NR2003 PMU Cup Series. As we will start as usual, the Daytona 250 at, of course, Daytona International Speedway, and it will be our first race after the series had been revamped, which means that from this season onwards we will be using we'll be using a brand new mod from now on. So after 7 seasons of using the Gen 15 Bull Ring mod, I think we have now moved on to the Menx 19 mod. So this is certainly what a lot of fans want to see. So, right, let's see how will racing bring to us in our 2003. So, let's take a look at the entry lists of a lot of the drivers that will be starting this season. So, we've seen quite a huge shakeup of the grid for this season. We've seen many drivers leaving and many drivers making the debut in Division 1 at least. So basically, for those who don't know, that there's been a rule stating that all drivers must now resign and sign themselves onto a team. So this has resulted in quite a huge shakeup. So we've seen new drivers. Some of them had competed in D2. For those who don't know, PMU Light Series I did not too long ago. Some drivers had done a few D2 races at least. Some other drivers, though, I'm pretty sure they haven't contested a race yet, as of at this moment in time before this race will start. So let's take a look at all the newcomers for the season. So we'll start off with the first driver, Jackie Daytona. Jackie Daytona will be driving in the number 3 car, the All American Racing team. That is, of course, a new team, that will start racing this season. And the next new driver will be Jimmy Irving in the double O car. Now, of course, as I may have mentioned beforehand, that some of you drivers are not in a car with a number that originally intend to enter. So basically, it's just based on the teams doing the schemes and so on, and not being able to get all schemes done on time. So if you're on a number that you haven't entered, then please bear that in mind, that you will soon get your number when the teams are able to sort out the schemes and so on. So this is Jimmy Irvin in the double O car. This is not the number that he had initially entered, and I don't know what number he is actually supposed to enter, but he will be racing for, hold on, I can't get it right, I'm looking at the roster right now. Oh, he'll be racing for Hunt Brothers Motorsports, and that will be in a Chevy. So he'll be driving a Chevy from today's race. And another new driver is Talon Saplu. Talon Saplu, another fellow D2 driver who actually competed in last season's PMU Light Series, and he will be driving the number 16 car. What team is he on? I just almost forgot. Talon Saplu will be driving BPE. The better that is Blake Parker Enterprises. Not the number they originally intend as well, but once again, as I mentioned, you'll get your number as soon as the teams are able to arrange that a scheme with a number for you. So that applies to everyone else. So Olivia Reynolds will be promoted to full time with the number 17 car, driving for the, I can't remember. Not Southern Cross. Sheridan Wright Racing. So let's move on. Oh, and Trey Meeks, not to forget, he has retired full time from PMU Cup Series, but however, he will be with us at least for the Daytona 250. We don't know if he's gonna come back, at least for a few more races, maybe at least for part time. So anyway, moving on. The number 24 car will be driven by Eddie Flores Jr. That is for the I think that's Jimmy Irvin's teammate in the Hunt Brothers Motorsports car. So moving on, and Sleeper Fox is back. Not a new driver, but I mean, basically he has not done a full season of PMU Cup Series yet, although he was originally supposed to race he was supposed to race back in season 4, the full-time driver, until he just got kicked out of Sorum after just only one race. So Sleeper Fox will be driving the number 27 car, that is for Rising Sun Enterprises. That's also another brand new team alongside Hunt Brothers Motorsports and All American Racing. So moving on, Aditya Bagus, another D2 driver, and also driving for the Rising Sun Enterprises. Aditya Bagus, another new driver here. Enos Kakia, some drivers may already knew him on and off the track. He will be driving the number 31 car, and that is with Enos Racing, that is his own team, the 31 car. Angelina Patrick will be driving the 36 car, and she will take over Owen Scott. And not to forget, and I just almost forgot, that Owen Scott has actually won the championship, leaving the team of Thea Motorsports and his number 36 to move on to another team. Angelina Patrick will take over Owen Scott, what was regarded the hottest seat in in the series. So Angelina Patrick, I believe, is the fourth actual female driver to race in the series. She will join behind Kat Rose, Kinsey Simmons, and Joy Armstrong. So fourth real female member. Well, no, technically fifth if you count Laura Churnside. I almost forgot about her. Leland Hill claimed it to be real, but who knows. But anyway, moving on. Bradley Riam, who is actually last season's D2 champion or PMU Lights champion, and he'll be driving in the number 40, of course, for his own team. That is, yeah, for Rail Fan Motorsports. Then next is Marcus Sanchez in the number 43 car. That is for, of course, for Petty Motorsports. And moving down, let's see, David Scott. That is, of course, Owen Scott's young brother. So yeah, so there is a relation between the two. He'll be driving the number 53 car for SLR Racing. And moving on and moving down is Patrick Thompson in the number 65 car. Don't know what team he's on. He's on his own team, that is for Fourth Sport Motorsports. And David Ryans, another newbie, will be racing in the number 32 car for Enos Racing. And Nick Tander in the number 75 car will be driving for Southern Cross Racing. Nicholas Wright, that is the cousin of Cam Wright Sr. And actually, this driver has been entered by his father. I mean, his uncle. Sorry. Yeah. So another Wright joins the family. He'll be driving in the 77 car for BP Enterprises. And Casey Benz in the number 79 car. He will be racing. I don't know if he's a number originally entered. Let me take a look. Casey Benz was actually supposed to drive the 10 car, but somehow, as I mentioned already, schemes haven't arrived yet, so we'll give him the number 79 for now. So Casey Benz will be driving for Rail Fan Motorsports. Leland Hill Jr., another Hill, joins the family in the 80 car. Originally intended to drive I can't remember correctly, the 18 car. That is for Leland Motorsports. So, and who else are newbies? Zach Campbell will be driving in a number 84 car. Once again, not a car originally entered. He's supposed to be driving the I can't even find his name. Where is your name? Okay, yeah, there he is. So BP Enterprises he'll be driving for. Zach Campbell. And that is pretty much it for all the new drivers. So so let's make a move on with the qualifying standings. So I'm so eager to see who will come on pole for the first time this season. So everyone, take your picks. Who will qualify on pole for today's big race at the Daytona 250? is going to be Drew Walker. And that is not the first time we've seen Drew Walker on pole. He also won, but technically, the 250 back in the first ever race at Daytona and the series itself. So Drew Walker will start on the pole alongside his fellow competitor Wright Sr, who seemed to be continuing to lead the way or somehow, or seems to be maintaining his pace so far already. He will start on the front row alongside Drew Walker, despite being on a brand new team. And another Wright behind Wright, which is quite unlikely to see. Nicholas Wright will start behind him in third. And Trey Meeks will start from fourth, what could be his last ever race. Dylan Hayden will start from fifth. Wright Jr. will start from sixth. Sabre Fox will start from seventh. Solis Sheridan will start from eighth. Henry J. Brown will start from ninth. And Jimmy Irving will start from 10th. As we take a look at everyone else. Oh, and the two Scots are going to start very low down the field, but it's actually a a plate race, so we all know what happens at Daytona. We're seeing cars changing positions from one place to another, so pretty much anyone have a chance of winning. So anyway, here we go. We will start the race in just a few seconds with the famous words in motor racing.
Drivers, start your engines.
There we go, that's better. So let's see. Yeah, the pace car is starting to pull away, and so are the rest of the field. Let's see if everyone can make it without fail. Wait, am I the only Is this car the only car? I don't know if well, my team's car seems to not have the number on the top. I'm not sure that's a rule. It could be a rule. It's just it's just Sabre Fox in that 27 car. Although I had the other car with the number on top, somehow might have made a mistake. Well, I can definitely rectify it for the next race, hopefully, if I remember. So anyone seem to be enjoying a first ever glimpse of the new cars we're seeing right now? And for this particular race and for the series itself, so far all looking good. Hang on a second. I think I realized something. Don't know if it's just me. High resolution view card. Yeah, I thought that's probably resolution, but anyway. Anyway, let's make a move on. Right, away we go. Here at the Daytona 250. And it looks as though it's also starting pretty well, and hopefully we're not going to get anything bad out of the 77 car of Nicholas Wright. so way up in the middle. He's driving in the good looking car that looks like a Menard's car. And Drew Walker holding on to the lead. He's got another Chevy right behind him. That is Dylan Hayden in the 48 car. Drew Walker still leading. If he wins this race, this could be his first ever actual 250 race and his first ever, well, second race win actually at Daytona, as Dylan Hayden now takes the lead, or he's leaning up in front, trying to get past Drew Walker. There is Sleeper Fox giving him a bit of help in that 27 car. Take a look at that Atherata car from that appeared on the anime series Cyber Formula. This is now driven by Sleeper Fox. As Dylan Hayden takes the lead off of Drew Walker. Drew Walker now falling back, as it seems to me that this is all plate racing. As hold on a second, yeah, just checking the volume to make sure it's all okay, and I do apologize if I skip some parts of the race. So as we continue on, it looks like there's a purple car, and I don't know what car that is. That is Henry J. Brown. He will go up front at the moment, but here comes Leland Hill now pushing away Henry J. Brown, now taking the lead up on the inside as he will try and take the lead. Looks like he will take the lead, Leland Hill, at least for this lap. And behind him, there's a Dodge behind him. That is Bradley Riem, the team leader for Royal Farm Motorsports. And there's another new driver. There's the 43 car, Marcos Sanchez. As all cars are now fighting position by position. Marcos Sanchez now leaning and trying to get past the 40 car Bradley Riem for the lead, and there's a pink car behind him. Who is in that pink car? That is Casey Bance. Lap 5 and so far it's all looking good. No disasters as of yet. Casey Benz in the pink car, now up in front, probably in the lead, but there is Tyree Lowell. Is that no? That's not Tyree Lowell. That is Roberto Crown Jr. Oh my God! And a collision. What's going on there? Oh my gosh! Awful! Awful! Oh my God! That is awful. What's going on here? I think don't know what's going on with the camera show. Doesn't look good. So what happened there? I think that's a 72 car. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Well, that does not look good. That does not look good. Who's that in 82 car? Jonah Burridge got involved. Huh? Why is there an issue with the... Don't know why cars continue to disappear. That's weird. I don't know what's going on here. But anyway, we'll manage it for now. As we see this awful collision. There's Nick Tander also got involved. Flandre Wilson got involved. But who actually started all this? Let's see. Looks like there's a 72 car. That is David Ryan's. And he somehow made a bad start down here. Let's take a look over here. Okay, so we have a problem with the rendering. I don't know what's going on. Why is it not rendering very well? So I don't know what to do really. So anyway, so David Ryan's somehow took out. Which cars are they? That is Patrick Thompson. That is Nick Tander and Jonah Burridge. A few other cars also got involved. All that pink car over there. That is Owen Scott. Not a good start. In fact, as the defending champion, this is not a good start for him right now. Wow. Flandre Wilson also got involved. Let's take a look on board. On board David Ryan's. Well, he's the one who actually caused it, so he was able to escape from there. On board Jonah Burridge. Patrick Thompson. And Owen Scott. And we've seen some drivers pitting. So Tari Lowell has retired. Dex Miyazaki retired, Jonah Burridge retired, and Owen Scott retired. Nick Tander retired as well. Tari Lowell, what happened? He got involved in that collision as well. He also got involved. I didn't see that. Hang on. I think he got involved. He must have got involved. So whilst the safety car period is on, let me double check and see what's going on here. Should be okay. So the pace car should be able to come in this lap. Oh, it's still flashing, so somehow something's going wrong. Don't know what's going on. It's taking a bit longer for them to... Oh, okay. We won't be able to tell when will the pace car starts to come in, as we are gonna go racing once again with Roberto Crown Jr. up in the lead. And there's a 16 car, that is Talon Saplu, and there's Casey Banks, and that is Riley, no, that's Leland Hill actually. Bradley Room up there, as we don't know when we're gonna see cars going back to Daytona Star Racing, as Roberto Crown Jr. holds on to the lead at this very moment. Oh, and just realized that the 75 car has now retired as Nick Tander. Oh, another caution again! This time, oh my god! Someone flipped up as well. Well, that's awful. Another awful race. This time, it's turned into a crash fest of a caution. Oh my god, this happened again and again and again. And what happened? Oh, Dylan Hayden also got involved as well. What an awful start of the race. An awful start of the race. Dylan Hayden. How it all happened from there? I think Solomon Sheridan also got hit as well. There's also Casey Benz as well. And everyone else also got hit as well. That is a huge crash fest. 51 car also got involved as well. Sheridan also got involved. Leland Hill also almost didn't make it. I guess it's how these cars behave on the track NI files. I guess I may have to tone it down a little bit after this race. Casey Benz looks like he flipped up. That was hell. Total hell. So Solomon Sheridan also got involved. That was the last race winner at the 250 to Solomon Sheridan. So it looks as though the chances are getting slimmer for him to defend the 250 title. What's going on there? What is going on there? Now, why are cars going so slow? What is going on here? What is going on? Why are they going too slow? They're acting weird. Oh, mass number of cars have retired after the race. After the second caution. But Cameron Jr. is now leading the race. Well, after 15 laps, it was a bad start of the race. So, Roberto Crown Jr. retires, Talon Saplu retires, David Dixon retires, David Scott retires, Casey Benz retires, Olivia Reynolds retired, Dylan Hayden retires, Henry J. Brown retires, Enos Kakia retires, Blake Parker retires as well. What an awful race we've seen. So Bradley Ream currently is up in the lead. Hopefully we're not going to see another caution shortly after this caution goes to green. And away we go. Bradley Ream in that wrecked car. I don't know how long he's going to hold up, but there's James Jimerson behind him now. Let's see how this race will progress from there. Some cars have come up almost unscathed. It seems as though they were to keep going as well. Still the last man standing. Anyway, Bradley Ream in that wrecked car, currently leading the race. But will he hold the lead up? That's the big question mark. Probably not quite, because there is Wright Jr. He will overtake Bradley Ream for the lead. And there's Ray and Arm in that 15 car. So Cameron Jr. currently leads the race at the moment in that 95 Lightning McQueen style car. There's Leland Hill right behind him. So we've got two Leland Motorsports 1-2 right now. There's Eddie Flores Jr. in that 24 car. Could be a number 24 car winning the race, because that's obviously the same number driven by Daytona legend or NASCAR legend Jeff Gordon. There's Jack Halleck in the 14 car, and he's also still one of the remaining men still somewhat standing in terms of contention for the win. We are still just over an hour away from crowning our Daytona 250 champion in this race. There's Jamie Irvin in the 00 car. There's the 80 car of Leland Hill Jr. So another Leland Motorsports car in this very pack. So far going so well. Now we have two Leland Motorsports cars battling head to head for the lead. There is Jack Halleck up there. Jack Halleck is determined to add to his victories from that win at Talladega almost 2 seasons ago. And he was last season's Rookie of the Year. Another caution. Will we have big one number 3 or big 3? What's going on this time? Oh, looks like Marcos Sanchez also got problems. What happened this time? Whoa, 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 whoa. What happened this time? Somehow someone decided to be stupid enough to clip Marcos Sanchez over, flipping him onto the wall. Oh, Senior also got involved as well. He got wrecked as well. That is awful for Camry Sr. Look at the car, somehow damaged in that collision. I think he might be alright, but look at that. That was a bit of a scare for the number 6 car of Camry Sr. As we take a look, it's not a big one actually. It's just another caution somehow. So we have 3 cautions in the first 20 laps of this race, and it's somehow not stopping. I think it was only a slight few touches on Angelina Patrick. Also got involved as well. I don't think she's also as lucky as Camry Sr. Look at, I don't know if she's got a bit of damage as well. Quite significant amount of damage for the number 36 car. This is exploding the race pretty much. We don't know if this race is going to end early as a result of this whole derby amount of races we're seeing right now. It's like a derby right now. More pit stops coming in. Marcos Sanchez is also out. Senior at the back. And we go green again. And the 24 car now leads. But Leland Hill is right behind him. Jack Halleck's right behind him. I think Camry Jr. isn't as lucky. And he's just lower down the field. In 10th place actually. So there is Jack Halleck now trying to overtake Leland Hill for second place and probably the lead from Eddie Flores Jr. Not as quite what it seems. He's fallen onto the middle. We've got Sabre Fox on the other side, on the inside. Sabre Fox nearly won. In fact, his only other D1 race back in season 4, well, during his full-time stint, supposedly, when he almost got beaten. He somehow got beaten by, I think, Solomon Sheridan. That was the first ever Daytona 250 race. And Sabre Fox was somehow the star of the show for somehow nearly making a dub out of this whole entire race in his career, at least. Somehow in this race. Blah, 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 blah. My mind's not good with me today. Here comes the double O car of Jimmy Irvin. There is the 80 car of Leland Hill Jr. There is his older brother Hill right behind him. Oh, and Camry Jr. is back. Camry Jr. is back. Now we've got 3 Leland Motorsports cars together still. All looking good. We can somehow hopefully let it continue. 25th, 20th respectively. Some cars got wrecked, including the likes of Riley Hill, another Leland Motorsports called Zach Campbell, Jackie Daytona also got hit as well. Where is Meeks? That's a good question actually. Where is Meeks? Oh, he's in 10th. But don't rule him out. He might be able to try and fight back. He's got a bit of expertise going along. As we are now looking back at the front. Now there is Leland Hill Jr. up in front now. Leland Hill overtaking his teammate once again. It looks as though this could be Leland Motorsports' day, finally at least, at the 250. If they can keep it up towards the end, that would be absolutely a great achievement for the team if any of them wins the race. Or at least they can battle out towards the end. Somehow it's starting to get pretty interesting, but at the same time we don't know what's going to happen next. If there's going to be another shocking caution. Look at all these cars all racked up as a result of the collision. And 3 Leland Motorsports cars going head to head, 3 by 3, 1 by 1 in a 3, up in the lead, upper front I mean. There is Camry Jr. who will get up front for the lead. Yes, it's still recording as I double check. We head back towards the front. Oh my god, another collision again! This time Jack Halleck also got hit as well! And Sabre Fox! Another collision! What is going on there? What is going on there? Sabre Fox also got hit as well. Who is going to be next? How many cautions are we going to keep having? What's going on with that number 15 car? I think that's Wright Army who also got hit as well. Oh, Angelina Patrick with that wrecked car somehow saved it. She got tapped. No, that's Xander Howell, I mean. Sorry, Xander Howell. But what is going on there again? But I think Jack Halleck might be okay because he was only a slight tap, I think. So I think somehow, because I was honestly rooting for Jack Halleck to stay up in contention. Somehow it looks as though he hasn't suffered much of a scratch at least. He hasn't suffered much of a scratch. Well, looks like a close shave for the number 14 car. We don't know how long is this going to keep going for. We'll take a look again at another angle. Some of these collisions have actually happened way up the field, which is pretty concerning. I mean, it's not the first time we've seen something like this happen. Remember Indianapolis back in season 5? We've seen a huge pile-up of drivers up whilst battling for the lead. It was the lead impact that got piled up, and that will brought out the caution. But then we keep having cautions a lot in this race, and we haven't even gone halfway yet. Aditya Baggers has now retired from the race with a tire issue. I think, yeah, probably a suspension failure. Oops. And we're back. There's the leader. There are the leaders up front. And so far, Leland Hill Jr. is currently leading. There's Jimmy Irvin in the double O car. Here comes Eddie Flores Jr., one of the rookies here. In fact, he was known as a rookie back in Division 2. And he will take over the lead for now in the number 24 car. Could it be a number 24 car win here at Daytona 250? Would be a memorable race win if this happens, if not potentially emotional. But he's going to have to keep up with the other cars. In fact, it seems as though the Leland Hill Motorsports cars are pretty much the strongest team right now in this race. Here comes Leland Hill Jr. for the lead. Somehow, Leland Motorsports still occupy at least around 65 to 75% of the leading pack right now. So, out of all the 5 cars, only 3 cars are Leland Motorsports cars, which is, as I mentioned, so far they're doing really well as a team. We hope, I think I'm keeping my hopes up that at least a Leland Motorsports car would win this race at the Daytona 250, but it's a matter of who will actually be. It could be shocking for Leland Hill Jr. to win a race, despite being in Leland Hill's blood. But Cameron Jr. does seem to have a car that is certainly at most deserving to win a race at least. He has won. I think he won. Don't know if he won a race last season. Can't remember which race. I think it was Japan he won. He won that race last season. But pretty interesting feat to mention that he has yet to win a race in the USA. The only race that he won was he only won 3 races, and those races only came at South Africa, Germany, and of course Japan, which are all out of the USA. As we're now looking to see a 5-car race, potentially from now until the finishing line. These cars could remain, unless this could change, because we're coming up to a lap car ahead of them now, which is not entirely far from them. If they can keep it up without any issue, without any messing up, then this could be it for them. In fact, a lap car could bring in new challengers. This could potentially hold them back a little bit, and then this would give more time for other cars to try and catch up. Oh, another caution, as Jimmy Irvin seemed to almost, what could have been a rookie mistake, nearly touched onto the side of Wright Jr. That could have been so heartbreaking. Look at him going 3 wide. It is absolutely getting dangerous for them to go 3 wide at this particular point, because one single mistake can actually cost you, and this is what happens to some of those cars. They literally did not follow it pretty well. When they go 3 wide, they made mistakes, and then they literally caused it they literally just wrecked. Not their chance, but other drivers' chance. Oh, looks like Nicholas Wright is certainly. I don't know. I think he's trying to keep his car under control, and somehow almost caused a huge scare for these cars. I think Jimmy Irvin's not as lucky, who got held back a bit more than the other cars at front. And now, Freely Motorsports cars versus I think that's a Hunt brother car, I think, in the 24 car. Eddie Flores Jr. as Leland Motorsports continue to somewhat dominate the Daytona 250. We do hope this will continue. And I hope he doesn't cause any issues with the others. This can be a pain with lap cars, literally. But anyway, we're seeing more lap cars. There's David, there's Riley Hill, there's Angelina Patrick, there's Jackie Daytona, and there's Zach Campbell. So what will happen then? We're coming up to the halfway point of the race as Eddie Flores Jr. up in front now, Cameron Jr. or behind him now on the inside. Let's take a look at a few onboard cameras. Look at this magnificent Green Lantern car. It's only a temporary car because of scheme issues or administration issues between teams, you call that. And they're clothing into the lap cars now. But for more lap cars, it is going to be very close, and it's going to be pretty scary to see what will happen next. Here comes Leland Hill Jr. on 24 car. They're now getting surrounded by the lap cars. No pace car. No caution as of yet. Oh, I think the 24 car's got the better hand. I think he's trying to push himself through those lap cars right now. He's on the outside, so he's going to have to make his way really, really quickly. He's getting literally tapped. He's getting literally trapped around those lap cars. I think he's trying to pull himself through. He's still in the lead so far, all doing well. Cameron Jr. onto the outside, not the position he wants to be, but fortunate enough, he's now gotten right at the rear of Eddie Flores Jr. They're now battling they're still battling through those lap cars right now, and they've finally broken free of those lap cars. Eddie Flores Jr. continues to lead alongside Cameron Jr., Leland Hill Jr. and Leland Hill, the Leland Motorsports cars. So it's technically a two-team race now, with 3 members of the team versus 1 member of the team. And here comes Leland Hill Jr. on the inside alongside his teammate Cameron Jr. Still all clear at the moment. No lap cars at the front of the vehicle. I think we're seeing some lap cars ahead of them right now, but they're still quite far away. But we are widely expecting for it to increase, the whole gap to decrease. I mean, in the next few laps. Here comes Wright Jr. on the 24 car. What's he gonna do? He will go alongside the 24 car and he will take the lead. Here comes Leland Hill Jr. on the 80 car. Solomon Sheridan and some other car, almost forgot. Patrick Thompson are up next. It is certainly Lee Motorsport's day, but will they get through those lap cars? It's going to be a bit easy for them at least, because they've got fewer cars to deal with right now. There's Leland Hill Jr. and his brother now going head to head. Wait, Leland Hill Jr., his younger brother? No, his other brother, I mean. Unless I could be wrong. If Leland Hill can clarify with me who is in relationship, that would be great. So, could be his brother, I'm not sure. His other brother, so. Because he already had a brother, Riley Hill, so. And there is Leland Hill Jr. He and the others have got through, not quite, for Wright Jr. He's struggling at the moment to try and get past not just the 11 car, but the 77 car, who they've dealt with earlier. That is not looking good. Leland Hill Jr. is literally taken off into the lead. Leland Hill and Eddie Flores are also getting away as well. Wright Jr. is now finally able to get around the other two, and I think he's going to have to try and work his way up, because he somehow got himself really unlucky down there. Right, let's take a look at the standings so far. Only 16 cars have only 16 cars are remaining on the lead lap. And look at all these cars. They've literally retired from, I don't know, I can't remember how many there are. 11, 12, 15, 18. About 19 cars have retired. And Eddie Flores Jr. back up in front now. More lap cars are expected. We've already gone past the halfway mark. And here comes some other lead cars. Some other cars set to be lapped by these three. In fact, this could benefit from Cameron Jr. to try and catch up, because now he's out of draft. He's going to struggle to get close to the others now. But sadly, it's going to be an easy one for these three, unless, I don't know what's going on. Is that Drew Walker? Well, I think he's doing the friendly move aside sort of thing. That pretty much sums it all. So, and with another car to deal with now, that's Sabre Fox. Will Sabre Fox do the honors? He does the honors. And here comes potentially round of pit stops. I think David Ryan's is coming in. We might see some pit stops that could change everything as Eddie Flores Jr. gets up back onto the lead alongside Leland Hill Jr. Leland Hill is still keeping him at bay in case anything happens. Will other cars make the pit stops? Not yet, though. It's probably still early stages. Taking a look on board on Leland Hill. Looks like we're going to be seeing another lap car. Will that lap car do the honor? Yes, they did the honors. Yes, he does the honor. That's Riley Hill somehow doing the teamwork thingy for the other three cars. Well, only two are Leland Hill's cars. We don't know where's Cameron Jr. He's slowing down. Literally, he's getting left behind. Thanks to those lap cars. Let's take a look at the rear now and see how they're doing from there. And lap cars. Oh, the worst car in the field so far. The 77 car. He's literally like a huge blocker in today's race. And 24 car and the 54 car gets past the 77 car. But this is not the only car just yet. They're not done yet. Oh, Leland Hill Jr. getting left behind this time. Just literally not good. Literally not good. Now Leland Hill Jr. is trying to get around the 77 car, trying to get back at them already. Now we have lap cars to deal with now. We've got some more lap cars coming in. More lap cars to deal with already. Eddie Flores Jr. versus Leland Hill now this time somehow, unless Leland Hill Jr. can get back to them after the lap cars. Looks like they're breaking free once again. And the 80 car is now trying to catch back up to them right now. And we're going to see around a pit stop, but Leland Hill stays out. Leland Hill stays out. Is Leland Hill going to pit? Not yet. I think he's got an interesting strategy going along as we're coming up to lap 63. And in goes Leland Hill for his pit stop. But where would he end up after 2 stops after his other competitors? We'll have to see what happens as Wright Jr. passes to get back on the lead lap. Let's see where would the others end up. Let's see where are the others. There is Leland Hill Jr. Leland Hill is coming out. Leland Hill is coming out. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I thought that was going to be a threat of a caution. Here they come. And now they're chasing after Leland Hill. Will Leland Hill keep the lead on? I think he might. He might just keep the lead after a pit stop strategy. So will it be enough for him? Will his strategy actually work for the 54 car? As he's now 2 laps fresher on his tires than the other cars up behind him now. They're now chasing behind the 54 car. Let's see. Let's see how the battle is right now. After a round of pit stops, now they're battling alongside each other now. I think Leland Hill's got to keep his tires going warm, as he's probably just starting to get used to his tires right now, as Eddie Flores gets past for him for the lead right now. But Solomon Sheridan seems to be blocking him at the lap car. Not a good sight, because Solomon Sheridan needs to try and give way to the leaders ASAP. Now they get Leland Hill making the unluckiness out of it. He's getting blocked by Solomon Sheridan and Ray Ayanami. So, bit of an unlucky shot for the 54 car. This could be a 2-car race now as a result. But they've got Jack Hallett to deal with now. So, don't rule out Leland Hill completely just yet. It could still be anybody's race. And Jack Hallett is getting a bit aggressive now. What will he do? I think Ryan Army's joining in to try and get her lead lap back at least. There is Leland Hill Jr. I think Leland Hill's trying to catch up Well, I think Eddie Flores Jr. somehow, unusually trying to give Jack Halleck a push. Maybe he had some sort of strategy or so to try, and maybe have some sort of effect on the 80 car. So now Leland Hill Jr. currently leads at the moment as Eddie Flores Jr. gets back behind the 80 car. Don't know how this is going to be enough, because I think that those lap cars somehow alienate any chance of him trying to at least build up a gap a little bit with fresher tires. He's still got one lap car to go, so he can finally get back towards the leaders. And I think he's got Jack Halleck for some advantage in case anything happens. He might be able to use that advantage and do something from there. We've still got a lot of lead cars to pass. What a heck of a race we're seeing right now. Oh, the 36 car. The 96 car, I mean, that's Riley Hill. I think Riley Hill is trying to do something. Eddie Flores Jr. now taking off into the lead, but we've still got other lap cars, so don't rule out anyone just yet. It's still a battle through lap cars already now. $33 laps to go here at the Daytona 250. Well, this is getting quieter and quieter now. This is a two-car race thanks to Leland Hill. And he's got lap calls to do already. And I think thanks to the 77 car and the 14 car, he's now getting kicked off from the leading pack now. So there's only two men standing. Oh, who smoked? Riley Hill has retired from the race. His engine blew up. Now, the leaders are getting caught up with a heck of lap cars once again. And they're going to now lap for the first time. That is Wright Sr. And he's right over there. Ooh. Leland Hill Jr. getting caught up. Not good for the green car. Ooh, the 24 car getting caught up. And we have a caution. And who caused the caution? Who brought out the caution? That is at lap 71. Oh, who's that? Is that Xander Howell? I think it's Xander Howell. No, it's not. Oops. Sorry, who was that? I forgot who was that. Oh, there's smoke coming out. Don't know what happened now. Oh, it looks Angelina Patrick. Angelina Patrick also got hit. Let's see what happened to Angelina Patrick. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Did I just sort of... Oh, Wright Jr. Oh my gosh. It almost echoed. It almost echoed the same thing happened during a test race, but not as drastic as last time. Angelina Patrick got clipped by Wright Jr. Just at the very same part of the track. She got taken out and literally hit the pit wall back in a test. It was back in a test race at the very same track. The Angelina Patrick, well, basically, Wright Jr. and Angelina Patrick did something literally more drastic. It was more drastic than this one. Not only did she hit the pit wall, but she carried on and also hitting the other side of the wall of the racetrack. Somehow she got taken out. But this is some sort of a mild dub between the two. Whoops. Thanks to Wright Jr. This is an OMG moment. How a segundo? What's going on here? I think Wright Jr. is somehow getting really eager to try and close the lap, try and get back in contention for the win. And I don't think this is a good thing for him to do. Literally just taking out a lap car. That's the 36th car. Well, that's a huge echo. I mean, most of you will probably not have watched it, so very few of them have because I shared them the clip. Well, at least for one guy. So what happened there? Leland Hill, why is he up in the lead? Ah, he pitted. So thanks to a late pit stop, it seems as though it did. I don't think he led. I think the 80 car's up front. Yeah, the 24 car is up front. Then we got the 80 car of Leland Hill Jr. and Leland Hill. And Wright Jr. is not far if he wants to get back up front. I think it's much better in terms of how the how it's been formed. Because when there's a caution, then these leaders don't get surrounded by lap cars at the end at the end of the restart. So, which is pretty it's pretty sensible to say how this mod is behaving. So I guess I did the right thing of changing the mod. So it's going to be pretty interesting. We've seen more cars now joining in. Potentially they could try and stay with the leaders up front if they get the drafting pretty well. And we'll go to lap 80 for the last 21 laps of the race. Whoops. Sorry. I'm stupid. Anyway. So, Eddie Flores Jr. now leads. And Leland Hill Jr. and Leland Hill and Cameron Jr. is back. What about the others? There's Jimmy Irvin. He also rejoins the leaders. James Jimson also having quite a good race. He's still in the top 10. Another Lean Motorsports car, I think. Or is it? I don't know. I'm dumb, so... Anyway, so... Leland Hill Jr. up from front this time now. What will the other lap cars? What will the other cars do now? They've got Bradley Riem to deal with now this time. They're now getting blocked by the 40 car. Here comes Cameron Jr. in the 95 car on the 80 car. Somehow Cameron Jr. made quite a D move, a way to bring out the caution just by taking out a lap car. Honestly, it's simply beyond me. We don't know what's going to happen after the race. If he wins this race, this could be quite controversial, I have to say the least. But let's see how the race will bring for the rest of this race. We are not long to go here. Cameron Jr. now up front. There's Eddie Flores Jr. in second place. Jimmy Irvin third. Leland Hill Jr. fourth. And Leland Hill in fifth. Still going strong for these cars. '77 car. Watch out for him. He's currently the worst in the field or on the track right now. Throwing quite a heck of a buffer. Cam Wright Jr. now up in the lead with only 18 laps to go. Oh my god, they're all scattered around. Those cars all scattered around. Jimmy Irvin up in front. They're not far from Nicholas Wright, which is going to be a bit of a pain in the butt if they get any closer. We've got 15 laps to go. Oh, and Leland Hill Jr. takes off. Wow. He's taken off into the lead. Leland Hill as well. Comes up in front as well. Goes up in front as well. Not quite lucky for the others. Flores Jr. now struggling as well. Well, thanks to Nicholas Wright, because that's shaped up pretty much. So Leland Hill Jr. is now trying to get away from the rest of the field and try and take the lead. Well, I guess this might resume because now the other car they're catching up. So everyone, I think Flores Jr. can also try and recover and get back on top at least. Here comes Cameron Jr. on the 00 car. Laps to go. Now we have 11 laps to go. Cameron Jr. still up front. There's still anybody's race out of these 5 at least. Unless everything changes or anything happens in the next 10 laps. Now they're getting close to another set of lap cars. I think Cameron Jr. is trying to take control of the race. It's been leading for quite some time unless anything happens. We're now coming up to 9 laps to go. Here comes Jimmy Irvin making a move on the 54 car. But will these lap cars change everything? Whoa, 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 whoa. Close one, close one. Cameron Jr. is getting away thanks to those lap cars. Will it be enough for him? Cameron Jr. is literally getting away from the rest of the field. Thanks a lot to those lap cars now. I just don't know what else to say. Now they're breaking away. Leland Hill not quite yet. Jimmy Irvin getting away. 8 laps to go. Cameron Jr. gets a bit of breathing space. But will that all change? If Cameron Jr. can at least get through these lap cars, he'll have even more breathing space. And this could be enough to try and hopefully bring home a more comfortable win for Mr. Jr. Or will it be enough? Oh, he's getting pushed by lap cars. Oh my god, lap cars are changing the game literally everywhere. Literally everywhere now. Now he's on the outside, not in a good place he wants to be now. He thoroughly does not like it. Will someone make a nudge or something? Will someone somehow make a move? These lap cars are literally changing the game. And worst of all, it's Nicholas Wright again. This will give Leland Hill some chance to come back. And Eddie Flores Jr. will lean up in front. He'll go up in front. Eddie Flores Jr. up back in front now. We've got 6 laps to go. So what's going to happen? Oh, an easy one this time. But not quite as lucky for Eddie Flores Jr. Here comes... Oh, Cameron Jr. almost making another dub. Another dub moment. Another dub moment. He almost rammed into the back of the 77 car. Now it's between Leland Hill Jr. and Jimmy Irvin now. But we have still got 5 laps to go now. And looks like it got clear space ahead. Let's see how big of a gap is. Looks quite a big gap. I don't know if they'll be able to make it towards the end. We've only got 4 laps to go now after this one. Don't think they will make it to the next lap car, so I guess it's going to be a showdown towards the finish line unless they get there quickly enough. Looks like Eddie Flores Jr. is pretty much ruled out of a win now, so it's between these two now. And they're closing in. Cameron Jr. and Leland Hill as we're coming up to 3 laps to go. What will it be this time? Leland Hill Jr. still trying to take control of the race, but he's got Jimmy Irving to deal with right now. Oh, but we've got lap cars on the way now, coming up to 2 laps to go. Jimmy Irving taking the lead, but what's going to happen after those lap cars? Ooh. They're getting trapped now between those lap cars now. Almost no way of getting past. What is going to happen next? We're coming up to the last lap of the race. There's literally lack of passing opportunities. Right now, coming up to the last lap of the race, we don't know what's going to happen next. Will Jimmy Irvin try and get away? Will Jimmy Irvin make a move and try and see if he can make a path on a lap car at least? We're coming up to the white flag now here at the Daytona 250. They're still holding back those cars. They're still holding back those cars. Here comes Cameron Jr. Will it be enough to try and make a pass? Or will it be? It will be probably Jimmy Irvin. Will it be enough this time? Oh, I think Jimmy Irvin's going to take the victory. Or will it not be? Oh my gosh, Cameron Jr. Is he going to make the pass? No, he does not. Jimmy Irvin wins here at the Daytona 250. What was a heck of a race today we've had. Well, that was a huge derby. I don't really enjoy this race. It was just, I mean, we had a huge dubs, but it pretty much messed up everything. This whole caution and everything. So well, what a race. So Irvin wins, Wright Jr. second, Leland Hill third, Leland Hill Jr. fourth, Eddie Flores Jr. fifth, Cameron Sr. sixth, James Jameson seventh, Jack Halleck eighth, Bradley Riem ninth, and Jace Chevalier 10th. Oh, I almost forgot about Jace Chevalier. Sorry about that. I miss you. I miss you mentioning you at the start of the race. Sorry about that. Take a look at the rest of the field. Right, take a look at the fastest lap time, and it's going to be David Ryan's. Right, so I'm gonna get really tired, so let's wrap up the stream for today. So thank you everyone for watching this race. I know it's been a heck of a race. Well, for me, it's not really what I was expecting to see. A whole lot of cautions. It was like a derby at first, and then it all went quiet from there. But right now, Irvin wins the Daytona 250, and it could have been Lee Motorsport's day, but somehow got beaten by some unknown driver. So something to mention about. And that pretty much is it. So let's wrap up the stream once more. Thank you everyone for watching, and we will see you in the next race at Talladega. Take care everyone, and I will see you all there back on the track very, very, very soon.